What's up, everybody? It's been a while since we did a reaction video, and I've got for you a pretty freaky ass video. It's called I Got My Stepmom Pregnant by Story Reuploads. Now, can't help but feel that I've seen this plot somewhere before. Can't put my finger. Whatever. Let's just see what we have over here. Let's begin.
My dad's a total jerk, and not even good looking.
Wow, that is not how you start a fucking story. You should start with once upon a time this, or once upon a time that. Once upon a time your mama's so fat. Okay, sorry for that joke.
A stunning model who's been on the cover of Vogue and dated several famous football players.
Ha! Your mom's a hoe, literally.
Well, we live in South America, and my dad made lots of money taking backhanders. Yeah, he was a corrupt politician.
Oh, really? Gee willikers. Not surprised considering the fact that some of the politicians in my country and are also corrupt.
Whoever paid the biggest bribe.
Wow.
That's why we lived in an enormous mansion, even though his government salary was less than $50,000 per year.
What the Wait. So you're saying your dad's a broke-ass guy. Like, he legit has a salary less than $50,000 a year. Not a month, a year. That is actually fucking tragic, not gonna lie.
He even tried to recruit me.
Wow.
He said I'd make lots of money. But I refused and told him that millions of people were living in poverty because of corrupt...
This guy is actually quite good. This guy's got morals. Even though it's his own dad that is running this whole shit, like pulling the strings. He says,
no, I will not make money the wrong way.
Would it be that bad though? JK.
Of course, he got angry and yelled at me to be
No
grateful
shit.
for everything he'd bought for me.
Well,
I didn't
why the
care,
fuck
though,
would he buy you a
and the real
purse?
victim was Lexi anyway.
Sorry, I have a very runny ass nose. I'm just gonna wipe it out and be back. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah.
And he treated her horribly. He'd make her dress in revealing maid costumes and
Whoa,
order...
calm down there, average hentai watcher, calm down.
He seemed to get a kick out of having power over her. I mean, she only
Yes.
married Dad for his money. But
No
she
shit,
always
she
seemed so
deserved that.
sad. One day, I found Lexi crying. Okay.
You shouldn't have done that. Instead, you should have just minded your business. Maybe the affair shit wouldn't have happened. Just saying.
My dad had screamed at her for hours and said he'd kick
Okay.
her out if she annoyed him again. I said
Imagine being sad just because someone screamed at you like, "Argh!" There's a difference between screaming and yelling. Screaming is just screaming. Yelling is basically scolding, but louder. Grammar, bitch.
But suddenly, she pushed me back, straddled me, and started kissing me all over. She whispered,
At least learn how to write a fucking fake ass story. Like, very sudden fucking mood switch.
"Show me how a real man treats a woman." I should have walked away, but
No
I was
shit.
only 18.
No shit, Sherlock Holmes. No shit, Albert fucking Einstein. You should have walked the fuck out, idiot. Dumbass bitch. You make me want to say the N-word out loud.
Having a gorgeous model come on to me was the best thing that had ever happened to me.
Nah, the best thing that will ever happen to me is when these 10th exams are over. That will be divine fucking heaven.
As we were making out, I heard my dad walking towards the room.
Bro, that isn't walking. Your dad is sprinting.
Lexi laughed and told me I had lipstick all over my face.
It's not called making out then, bitch. It's called being showered with kisses. That happened to me once. I was in 6th grade. It happened just a few days before lockdown. It was, I think, one of my relatives' wedding. And the bride saw me. I was like, oh, it's so cute. And then just kissed me on the forehead and the cheeks. I was like, fuck. How do I get this shit removed?
Dad came in and sat next to Lexi.
How did he not see him? Dude is literally hiding right behind the sofa. His dad has cataracts.
I've got a business trip this weekend.
Okay.
There'll be plenty of security guards around to keep an eye on you, and they'll...
Hey, this blonde-haired security guard looks like Denji from Chainsaw Man. I don't know why, I just had to make that reference.
Now give me a kiss.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
I want.
Hey, calm down. There's a huge ass age difference. Fucking Diddy.
Was my dad kissing the same woman I'd made out with 2 minutes earlier? Gross!
What the fuck is that face?
Lexi and I started kissing again. It was such a
Very good
rush because I
decisions,
knew it was
comrade.
wrong, and I never even held a girl's hand before. Now I was making out with a supermodel. You'd have done the same if you were me.
No, I would. You know what I would have done? I would have snitched on her and say,
Hey Dad, this woman that is older than me is trying to make out with me. Please, King Parisha.
and then a few seconds later, I was like,
Dad, I want to join your idea. I want to be a corrupt-ass politician too.
and boom, 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 happy ending for me. I'll end up with a lot of bands and no hoes.
Our affair went on for months.
Wow.
Whenever Dad went out, Lexi and I hooked up. Even though she was older than me, we fell in love.
Okay.
But then, Lexi fell pregnant.
Oh my god, we were waiting for this Indian TV serial plot twist. Lexi fell pregnant. Whoopity fucking do. Isn't it obvious that it isn't the dad's big concern, the fact that dad and the stepmom don't have sex, concern the huge fucking age gap? So obviously, the baby's of the son. No shit.
Because it happened during
See,
one of my
what did I tell
dad's
you?
business trips.
Okay.
Of course, we didn't tell my dad.
Should've used protection, bitch.
He told Lexi she was fat and threatened to give Haley away.
Motherfucker, you're built like the Grinch yourself. Dumbass.
He continued screaming, even though she was just a baby.
Yeah.
Lexi and I thought about running
No
away,
shit.
but we didn't have the money. And my dad would have found us anyway. The only
Yeah.
way we'd be free was if my dad died or went to jail.
There is one way. You can just kill your dad. And then frame it on one of his bodyguards. And indirectly, you get all his money. Simple. It's foolproof.
I came up with a plan.
Okay.
I told my dad I'd changed my mind about helping with his business deals. He was
Oh.
so happy. He said he'd
No.
never been prouder of me.
Yay.
Over the next few weeks, I went with him on business meetings with various companies.
Okay.
It was shocking how open they were about bribing my dad and how much
Wow.
money they were going to make. They wouldn't have been so open if they'd known that I'd planted hidden microphones in Dad's office.
Whoa. Nice try, James fucking Bond. Nice try.
I was recording every word they said. After a few months, I had enough evidence to send my dad to prison for the rest of his
Hey.
life.
Damn.
But I had an even better idea. I decided to blackmail him.
No. If I were you at this point, I would have just sent that to the fucking police or whatever. And then boom, 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 my dad would be in jail, and boom, 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 now it would inherit his money. And yeah, that's it.
I'll never forget my dad's face when I told him, "She's not your child." He said, "What?" I said,
What?
"Haley, she's not yours. I got Lexi pregnant while you were away on a business trip."
Oh my god. No. Even I wouldn't be this open about, fucking someone else's girl and then saying that to the girl's guy's face like, yo, I fucked with your girl, I made her pregnant. That child is mine.
That's the best joke I've heard. Haley's mine. Lexi and I are leaving today and taking her with us. He shoved me up against the wall and snarled, "You think you can sleep with my wife and I'll just let you go?"
So, all of a sudden, she's your wife now. You've been treating her around like a little bitch. And now she's a wife? That ain't fair, dog.
You treat your wife
damn.
and my daughter like servants, and we're not
Yeah.
putting up with it. I've
Yeah.
got hours of recordings which prove you've been
Freedom.
taking bribes. If something should happen to me or my family, one of my friends will send them to every single journalist in this country, as well as the cops, and you'll go to prison for the rest of your life.
Wait,
He was
enemy
so
mode.
angry, he punched a hole into the wall. But
Nah. No one is that strong. Not even Dwayne The Rock Johnson can punch a hole through, even though he takes steroids. Whatever. That's not the topic.
an hour later,
Okay.
Lexi, Haley, and I left my dad's house.
Hey.
We took his favorite car and $50,000 and moved into a hotel.
Sheesh. 50,000. You could have taken more. $1 is 80 Indian rupees. But still, even I find it fucking dumb. Like, why 50,000? You could have just taken 50 fucking million.
I thought we had plenty of money, but we didn't.
No shit.
Lexi was used to living in luxury, and she hated the cheap hotel we stayed in.
Yeah.
After just 3 months, she'd spent all our money.
Just going on.
I'll buy this. I'll buy this. I'll buy everything.
That's what she did, probably. Yeah.
And said she'd find someone else if I couldn't give her everything she wanted.
Sweet. Sweet deal for me. At least let me have my daughter and I'll be happy as fuck.
I didn't have a job. I was barely out of high school.
If you would have paid more attention to your studies, you would have actually had a fucking chance.
So, I went back to my dad and demanded $5 million. I knew we could afford it. He laughed in my face and said, "Oh, I knew you were just like me. Didn't you say you wanted to earn your money legally?" He was right. Maybe I wasn't any better than him. But I didn't care. I couldn't lose Lexi. Shame! I know you have the money. Give it to me.
Give me the money, or I will send all the evidence.
I'll give it to you tomorrow at noon. But you'll have to promise me you'll never ask for money again. Dad gave me the money, and I could buy everything
ask for
Lexi
50
wanted
million.
again. We moved to a better hotel, and we were happy for a while.
Yeah.
But over the next few months, I began to see why Lexi had married my dad.
I like money.
One day, we had a big fight.
At least don't let that child witness your quarrel. Like, you could have just...
Okay, sweetie, go to bed. Your dad and I are going to talk for a bit.
And then, after putting her to bed, you could have quarreled. But no!
Do you think it's fun staying in all the time with a little boy like you?
Oh,
That night,
damn.
I slept on the couch. And when I woke
Okay.
up, the safe where we kept our money was gone, and so was Lexi. I had no choice but to go back to my dad to get more money. But when I went to see him, he said, "You promised not to ask for more money." Lexi stole everything from me. "Just give me $1 million. That'll be enough for me." He warned, "This will have consequences."
Uh-oh!
When I went to Haley's kindergarten to pick her up, they told me her mom and grandfather had picked her up already.
Oh, shit!
My blood ran cold. "Come to my house. We need
Oh,
to talk."
shit!
I didn't
Oh,
want to
shit.
go. When I arrived, Dad was holding my daughter in his lap.
Dad thinks he's Giovanni petting his son's daughter like that. It's like,
So, my son, the tables have turned.
The tables have turned.
oh, shit! Oh, my God. How did I predict the next line? The tables have turned. He said the same shit, too.
Your daughter and Lexi will live far away from you. They'll be safe as long as you don't publish any of the recordings. I begged and pleaded. "Don't take my daughter. I want to live with her." You're lucky she's still alive. And since I'm feeling generous,
Whoa.
I'll let you see your daughter once a year.
That is fucking tragic. That is very fucking tragic. Seeing your daughter once a year has to be painful, don't you think? If you think about it, soldiers kind of live like that, you know? Seeing their family once a month, once a year.
But I knew I had no
Aw.
choice. So I went back to my hotel.
That's
I realized I had $1 million and almost every freedom in the world. Life wasn't too bad, even though I missed Haley like crazy. Since I didn't see Haley very often, she barely knew who I was when I visited her once a year. I took lots of photos of her
Damn,
while
that's
we were
sad.
together, but she always looked sad and never called me dad. I was desperate to do something, but since I couldn't use the recordings I had, I didn't know what. The more I thought about it, the only solution I could think of was if my dad died.
So kill him. Simple. Kill him. Just get a strap and pull up to your dad's house and say,
Hey, Dad, I got a surprise for you. I want to join your team.
and dad will be like,
I'm so proud of you, son.
and then you pull out your strap and be like,
Psych, give me all the money.
Now.
He was
okay.
always surrounded by bodyguards,
No,
guys who'd been in the
oh.
army. I wouldn't stand a
Oh.
chance against them.
Oh, okay.
But one day, my dad was assassinated.
Oh my god. How fucking convenient.
Of course, it had nothing to do with me, but it solved all my problems. I got
Okay.
my daughter back and inherited all my
No,
dad's
you-
money. The only one who was left with nothing was Lexi. She
No,
came to
you-
see me and begged me to give her some money.
I asked her,
Why should I give money to someone who stole from me?
Yeah.
She replied,
Exactly.
"Because your dad took all my money away from me, and I'm the mother of your child."
Okay.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
In the end, we agreed I'd pay her a small allowance as long as Haley lived with me. I hate giving money to a selfish woman like her, but at least I
Yeah,
have
you
my
should.
daughter back. And that's all that matters to me.
Okay, I don't know what to say at the end, and oh my god, there's another story already in the recommendations. My teacher and I are dating. Oh my god. So, that is it for today's video. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.